That's the greaser. You can get those on Amazon. I think 28, 29. I can't remember. Moment of truth. As you can hear, the heater's on, the furnace is on. That means that it's getting cold out. So I want to grease these wheel bearings on this machine, because I had good luck with that on the XMR. I greased them a fair bit, and they lasted 6,600 kilometers until I sold it, and they were still going strong. So we're going to take all this stuff off. They are 15 millimeters, and the big one is an inch and 1/16. Now, I don't know the size of these wheel bearings yet. It's everything is up in the air for what is what on this machine, but I'm assuming that they haven't changed it. I'm hoping they haven't changed it, because I have the greaser for that fit the other Outlanders. Pads look really good. Over 1/8 of an inch left on them. No issue there. So what I'm looking at, they look like they're going to be the same size. The question is getting this hub off enough to get the axle out so I can grease those bearings. So normally I took the bottom off and the top swung out, but I think I had to take the tie rod off here too. I think I had to take off the shock, bottom shock anyway. That's a 50. The bottom knuckle here. That's coming out. Go. Falling apart. The steering arm is a 19 mil. Okay, it's a 14. Washer on top, washer on the bottom. Now, that's out far enough anyways to get at it. They're split bearings. 2 bearings, just like the old style. That's the greaser. You can get those on Amazon. I think 28, 29. I can't remember. Moment of truth. Oh yeah, fits in nicely. So same as it was before. Right on. We'll see how many pumps of grease this takes. $16. Don't want to force it. Right on. 16 pumps of grease. And that's for 1,000 kilometers. There we go. Make sure you got some grease on here. Okay, it's just a matter of getting it lined up. Looks good. Put the rest of it all back together now. Oh, after I told you to put a washer in. Washer on the bottom. Nut. Normally this one used to have a cotter pin, but it doesn't anymore. Some anti-seize on there, and then it'll never seize. I put that shit on everything. Not true. I put it on the main threads for the axle, the pin here, and the studs for the wheel. That ensures they don't get any corrosion and comes off again. Okay, so get this back in and out. I always use a rubber mallet, never a steel one. Okay. That's back, that's back, that's back. The hub back. Washer, nut, and I'm sure this is the same torque value as the other ones. I'm trying to remember what that was. I think 151 or something like that. Been a while since I've done this. But I'll torque that nut, and then should almost be done. The brake pad's back on, and they still got yellow Loctite in here. If they don't, then blue is what I go with. Find the holes. Put the shock back on. Come on. Okay, just gonna torque this, put the cotter pin back in, and that one will be done. But that is how you grease the bearings. Right on. Good for another 6,000 kilometers. 3 more to go. Alright, and one final thing, brake cleaner. Just on the disc and the caliper, just to make sure that there's no grease on the brakes, because that'll ruin your day real quick. Alright, I got 3 more to go, so they're all pretty much the same. Yeah, I just wanted to point out that the rear setup is a little bit different on these. You have two arms, bushings at the bottom, one big long one at the top, and the shock is off to the side now. And the sway arms are a little bit different. But that's about the main difference. So nothing major. We'll just have to should be able to take off just a single top on this one maybe, and get the axle out. So I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, the rear worked pretty much how I figured it would. You take off the top, and then you can pull this out and get the axle by. Just support everything up so it's out of the way. And I had to take off the sway bar knuckle there. So be able to grease this one up now. If you're curious, the rear bearings took about 20 pumps. And lots of rear pad left. I'm not sure why it was squeaking like that, but tons of rear pad left. That's good. And in order to get these, you need a nice thin 19 mil wrench, something like that, just to get in there, and then you can take the nut off. It won't turn. And one other thing with these wheel nuts, they did change it down. I think it's 55 foot-pounds now. Because I remember the Outlander, when it came out in 2016, they had it at 74, and I was snapping nuts when I was riding. So I was only putting them at 50, 51. So they did change that, so that's good. That's all you need. Alright, wheel bearings are all greased. All done. This should be good for a while now. That's good. It took about 2.5 hours.